Barbara Threecrow, and I'm grateful to be here to be able to share a story about some very ancient people in the heart of the world. The Sierras has mirrors the whole Earth's ecology, the rainforest, desert, snow-capped peaks. So they're very aware. And these people, their whole origin, their law of origin is that they are here to be caretakers of the earth. They live in the heart of the world. It's the place that the Mother's heart is, the Mother Earth's heart is. And the the highest peak there is called Mount Gonawindle, and it's where thought originates. These are the kinds of concepts and thinkings and knowledge that these people hold. So it's very complex and mind-blowing, I would say. It's like huge and humbling. You know, it's hard for us to comprehend their relationship to the earth and all of the elements. It's something that we don't have an experience like this. So they're very tuned in. They do divining to receive guidance and information. So they became so concerned with what was happening to the earth that they told us that they asked the Mother, the Sacred Mother, Earth, if they could expose themselves in order to tell the younger brothers or the little brothers. They call us the little brothers. And if they could alert us to what was happening. And they got the message that, yes, they could expose themselves. So you can imagine what this did to their culture, because they came out of the wilderness, out of the remote places, and they began to speak about. In the film, there was a documentary that was made called The Message of the Elder Brothers. So when the Spanish came, they did a lot of destruction, of course. They violated and murdered a lot of the people, and these people fled into the mountains, into the Sierras, and they were never seen again. So it was thought that they had died, that they were all gone. But what happened was they hid themselves in the mountains, in the remotest place up in the Sierras, for many, many years, until in the 90s they began to recognize the trouble that was happening on the Mother Earth. Now, there are 4 tribes, or 4 pueblos. The Kogi are more sort of more known by people throughout the world, the Kogi, because they exposed themselves, and they did that film, the video. But there's the Arhuaco, and Mama Norberto is an Arhuaco. And there's the Wiwa, and then there's the Concuarmo. Now the Concuarmo live more closer to Western civilization in the Sierras, and they have been inundated with Western ways, and they've lost their law of origins. They speak of the Creator as a sacred mother. They say the Creator is the mother, the sacred mother. She has created everything. And when they talk about the different elements, for instance, like the fishes, they say they pray to the mother of the fishes. They pray to the mother of the waters, the mother of the sap in the trees. And all of this work that they do on a daily basis, it's not once a month, it's not periodically. This is their whole life. So this is what makes them mamos or sages or holy people. And their whole life, they were put here on the earth to harmonize the earth and recognize the mother as a living being. And so they became very alarmed, as I said, about us, the little brothers that are wreaking havoc here, doing what we please, carelessness and disregarding the seriousness of what's happening. But I think what I'm talking about is the depth of relationship to the Mother Earth and all of life, the depth of the spiritual connection, the depth that the people in the Sierras, these tribes for instance, they go to a place called the Aluna. The Aluna is a realm unknown to us, and in that Aluna is where they meet the beings. They have many beings, many sacred beings that they converse with, that they receive guidance from, information from. They do divinations with elements, but it's everything they do is for the whole earth and all of life. It's not something personal. It's with all of life harmonizing and helping everything to be in balance. And relationships. They understand the relationship of one little seed to the greater whole. I always call it like the great web, the sacred web of life. So the sacred web is being dramatically affected by others' behaviors. We call it the sacred hoop or the sacred web. But if you think of a web, for instance, a spider's web, Iktomi, grandmother's spider, she's the one who wove the great sacred web. If you think of how a drop of water, when it falls on the web, how there's a vibration, how it affects the whole web. So there is a web. There is a web that we can, if we attempt and we are dedicated, we can see the web. For instance, the males of these indigenous people do work, harmonizing work for the feminine, the sacred feminine, for the Mother Earth. And the women, they are trained to do the sacred works for the men. So that's a reciprocity, how they work together to hold the male and the female in balance and harmony by doing sacred works for each other. So they say that that the mother, the Mother Earth is a living being, and so the men, the elders of their people, do the healing works and the harmonizing works for the Mother Earth and all of the elements, of course, but that women do their part as well. Now they say that the men are the trees that hold up the sky, and the women go to the trees to do their harmonizing work and offerings to help the trees, support the trees, because the trees are the ones that hold up the sky. And the men go to the Mother Earth and the waters and all of the other elements to create a harmony and balance between everything, so that all things will be as they were meant to be. So it's a reciprocity that they work with. We are co-creators, and we need to take more responsibility. And this is what the elders in the Sierra Nevadas, the Kogi, and the Arahuaco, the Wiwas, and the Conquaramos, they have taken this responsibility for centuries and centuries, and they have maintained it. So Mama Norberto, he's 94 years old, and he is the one who has the knowledge of where all of the sacred sites are. So in the base of the Sierra Nevadas, this is a place where there are 54 sacred sites that the elders, Mama Norberto, and about 16 other elders from the 4 pueblos and their apprentices will be visiting in January 2010. It's coming very quickly. And he's asked that we could do this now, because this may be his last journey. And for them and for all of us, this is a very crucial journey. And because if we can understand the complexities of what it is to harmonize the earth, what one has to do to harmonize the earth, to clean the waters, to stabilize the sap in the trees, for instance, to help the fishes in the water, all the elements. They work with every one of these elements to help harmonize them and hold things in balance. It's not for them, it's for us. It's for the whole world. That's why they live in the heart of the world. So this journey will be taking place this coming January. And it will be, there's a videographer that's going, because this will be for their archives to help their younger, the younger people of their tribes to learn about this way, how to go to the sacred sites, how to give the offerings. Mama Norberto and several of the other elders maintain this information. They've asked us to help them, and we've started to raise money. We began a fund called the Elders Project, and we have I have the information here where people can, if they would like to donate, and any amount would help them fulfill this journey. Now, we're talking about Colombia, South America. So we have all of these elders. We have to rent jeeps. We have to house them, give them food, and take them on this journey to 54 sacred sites. And the Earth Action is a non-for-profit organization that we are working with, that people, if they want, they can send a donation of any amount. And it's Earth Action, Attention, the Elders Project, P.O. Box 63, Amherst, Massachusetts, 01004. We're looking to raise $18,000, which is not a lot of money to transport all these people around, 16 elders, their apprentices, the videographer, and to go to these sacred sites to do the work for everyone, for all of the earth and all of the future generations. There's information on my website. It's barbarathreecrow.com, and they can find there's a lot of photos there of the elders. There's all the information about the project, about the Elders Project, about their vision. And so what we're really doing is we're really coming together with a focus of a peaceful heart and prayers and a focus to bring harmony to the waters, the mother's waters, and the forests, and all of life. And I hope that people will do this, will begin to do this, because it is our responsibility. As I said, we are creating on a daily basis, whether we're doing it consciously or not. We are creating either chaos or harmony. We're creating love and compassion and forgiveness, or we're creating violence and anger. And that's something that we have a power to do, because we feel each other's energy. We have an impact on the web, on the sacred web. And this is the little bit of knowledge that we can have. And hopefully we can understand on a bigger level what these Indigenous elders are doing.